What's up? Welcome back to Reckless Gentlemen Podcast. I am Derek.
This is Yachty.
D.
KG.
And today we talking about entrepreneurship with our special guest, Courtney Glaude.
What up, everybody? Welcome. Appreciate y'all having me.
Oh, for sure. So we again today we highlighting entrepreneurship. So we got Courtney Glaude here, family man, content creator, director, producer, writer, all that good stuff. So yeah, I know we're gonna start off with my fellas in the back. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to kind of talk about, again, since we're on entrepreneurship, we're gonna talk about how Reckless Gentlemen for a second. We're gonna talk about how we even got started. So I'm gonna pass it over to you. Let you get on that, bro.
All right. Reckless Gentlemen got started because, one day I sat back and I was realizing, man, that all these reality shows make the black man look bad. And I wanted to start something to prove to everybody that the black man is basically not what everybody perceived him to be. There's still good black men out here. So I hooked up with Derek, which I already had the Reckless Gentleman going on, because I wanted to make something that proves that there's still good black men out here, there's still good father figures out here. And we'll get back to that, a little bit later to get back into that on the next episode, but we just wanted to put it out there. Why did Reckless Gentleman get started?
Yeah, from that, especially in today's age, you know what I'm saying, with everything going on, and especially after the pandemic hit, it seemed like it was just a thing to do. Everybody wanted it. We're trying to find a way, for one, to do something that kept you safe and stuff like that. So we ventured into podcasting, which is a very lucrative, especially nowadays, form of entrepreneurship. So that's how we got into doing that. But everything that you already just said is also something that my man Courtney falls under. You know what I'm saying? You say, good black men that, have stuff going on that's working, you know what I'm saying, achieving so many goals and things like that. So I'm gonna actually let the man speak himself. Like, what is it that you actually do?
Again, my name is Courtney Glaude. I am a filmmaker, content creator. My company, Courtney Glaude LLC, where we do films. I have a film it's on Amazon now, but it came out in AMC in 2018, which was my first film. I have a YouTube channel where I do producing and show running for SHK. So it's the content field all around, whether it is pilots, TVs. Sometimes we turn books into films, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's a content on any level of bringing a visual to the screen, basically. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. So the movie Blink,
Mm-hmm.
the movie that you say that you have 2018. I seen it when it came out. Dope movie. But I know my guys just now, they just checked you out not too long ago. So I actually had a few questions that they wanted to ask as far as, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
go and things like that.
All right, I have a question about the ending. I
Okay.
liked it, and I
Okay.
think that shit was dope.
Okay.
That you hopped in there and got
Okay.
to acting yourself.
Yeah.
The ending, why was it so I don't even know the word for it. Like, it was so sudden. Like, wow, there's a twist to it, at the end, and that's what really made me like it.
First, before we go there, let's explain what Blink is about.
Okay. So Blink is a domestic violence film. Speaking of Domestic Violence Awareness Month is October, which is next month that's coming up. But Blink is a domestic violence film. I saw my mom in an abusive relationship when I was a kid, and what without spoiling it for everybody, what made me write it that way was because I saw that it's a different perspective from when I wanted to write a film where you see everybody's perspective. Domestic violence don't just hurt the people that are in the relationship, it affects everybody else around them. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying? Like if basically like it was one of the things that like, ladies, you gotta watch it because your son watching what that man doing to you, and that might not affect him the way that you think that affect him. He might grow up thinking that's cool, or your daughter might grow up thinking that's cool. But when I went into creating the film, I got the opportunity to talk to a few other women about their experiences with domestic violence, and y'all will be amazed that everybody don't see it the same. I mean, like it ain't, you know, like you would think, you know, there's one reaction to domestic violence. That's not how everybody see it.
Right.
So I wanted to create a film to show a different perspective of this is how people think and this is how people react to these situations. Everybody's always like, man, if I see a man hit a woman, yeah, everybody don't do that. But everybody don't jump in, not because they scared or they agree with it. There are a million reasons why people don't get involved, and I wanted to tell more than just that one, oh, he beating her up. And then on the real, like what only domestic violence film that we know of in my book are fictitious, like Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? But you don't think about domestic violence, you think about music.
Right.
With Jennifer Lopez, man, ain't nobody learning karate and jumping out. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not becoming no assassin. You know what I mean? Like they're not doing that. And then you got the Tyler Perry. Is it what was the term? Yeah, like that's more realistic. But at the same time, we don't think about the domestic violence one. We think about Tyler Perry and Madea. The one thing people think about in that movie is probably the last scene, a reunion and a wedding or whatever happened. You don't really think that this is a domestic violence film. So I wanted to create something that was real. And it's not about it being a true story, but it is a true story if you add up a lot of women's situation that went through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we ended up there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch the movie, man. The movie was excellent, man. Like, you can't get too many movies that piss you off.
Right.
You know, that when a movie piss you off, man, that means the movie just really got to you.
It moved.
Like, I want to whoop this nigga ass. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't like him the whole
movie. Like, man, I wanted to get up, bro, and I wanted to just, cause me coming from my brother's father used to, you know, get drunk and at point in time he hit my mom. Right? You know, I was damn near a little kid, you know, pulling. You know, I used to keep them little sticks in one of the security that we want to make somebody don't open.
Right.
I bust them across the head with it. You know what I mean? So I understood where you came from because, you know, especially in the hospital scene when you was walking down the hospital and you seen all those women that was abused. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was like, that's some real shit right there, man. I was like, man, but it is, man. I got a couple questions. I know Devontae got questions, but your questions is more like the front and beginning. You know what I'm saying?
It's about the movie, and we don't want to spoil it.
Well, my question was that I wanted to ask you, man, like, what do you tell women that's some just probably in domestic violence right now? You know, what they should do or what signs to look for, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because
I would honestly say, you know, I know normal people. Normally people would tell them, hey, you need to leave. You need to such and such. I would tell them, it is a great idea if you leave, but leave when you're ready to not come back. Yeah. Because if you leave and you come back, it gets worse. You know what I mean? The signs that you are looking for, you can see the signs of a violent person before they're ever violent. Perfect example, for me, it don't matter what female I'm arguing with, I don't ball my fist up. There's nothing in me that makes me want to ball my fist up. Right. Like if you arguing with a dude, your body do stuff.
Right.
Your body tenses up because when you're arguing with a male, being physical is something we can go to. That's like if I'm arguing with my brother, hey my nigga, like we can,
because we can do this.
So when ladies, if you arguing with your dude, pay attention to his body language, man. If he balling his fists up,
red flag.
That's a red flag. Just pay attention to the body language. That tells you a lot, and that's way ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to people that can't communicate. With the hitting the walls, it normally, truth be told, like a lot of women have been going through that for years. It's not something that just pops up one day. Like he started hitting the wall. Actually, he started fussing at you and cursing you out. That's a sign of abuse. People think that abuse is only physical. Nah, he been mentally abusing you. He been verbally abusing you. He been financially abusing you, which is a topic I didn't know about. I didn't know a male can financially abuse a woman. So we together, and I mistreat you with how I spend on you. It's the way I can't explain it, but you can be financially abused in a marriage or a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Withholding money or controlling how she spends
her money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping her hostage in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Hey, time out. That's a really dope ass photo right there. For the record. Like if you ever get that away, I won't. Like I got that on my arm, Jay. Like I like that. My bad. That's photo. Y'all gotta see that. Frank is not that. But yeah, it's like withholding finances, controlling where she spends her money and what she does for herself. And the mental aspect happens way more than we think. He makes you feel like shit. Talks down on you, make you feel bad about your body. And this the catch though. You got some dudes out there, man. So you can abuse a woman by allowing her to, man. Okay, hold on. So you can abuse a woman by allowing her to get out of shape, allowing her to not look attractive anymore, because you have an insecurity. So you allow her to get there so that you can bring and keep her down.
Get the bad bitch,
and
but let her go.
You see what I'm saying?
Get the bad bitch, but feeding her to fuck up.
Right,
and get to the point where you feel like nobody else is going to
Like
want you
absolutely.
except
that role.
Yeah,
like
like
get that role that she don't like, so she can lose her confidence in herself.
so now she not dressing like this, and now she not doing that. And then I know you're supposed to love the woman that you're with and how she is. That's not the point. It's not about not loving women the way that they are. But when a male gets to the point to where he's encouraging you not to take care of yourself in any aspect, sometimes that's a form of
like you don't need all that.
You don't need that. You don't, and to be true sometimes, like don't get it, like you can wake up in the morning and woke up like this, like that's not the point. But it'd be like you ain't got your hair done in like 3 years, but he met you like that. He met you like that, and now that he have you, everything has turned around. Sometimes that's just an abusive mental way to bring them down to a level to where you can control them. You know what I mean?
And Bling, it was a part in the scene, man, that you said you already fought the battle from. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so it's excuses. So like what'll happen is a male he'll abuse her and he won't have to explain or apologize. She has already given him the excuse why this was okay. So in the film, the brother is just telling her when she says that, he like, oh, well, you already fought half the battle for him because you ain't even talked to him yet. You already excusing what he did. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I knocked this drink off. You like, according to he a little, you know what I'm saying? Like you've already given him the excuse why and made it okay. That's half the battle. He ain't gotta go get help. You've already excused the horrible action that he did. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically where that line came from.
So all right, man.
I guess still dealing with the movie or whatever, but more so back on the lines of entrepreneurship. One question that I have is, as a black man in the industry, what obstacles have you faced, and exactly like what do you do? Not only physically what you do, but what do you do mentally to overcome those things? How do you stay the course? Because oftentimes when we have certain goals that we want to reach or whatever, the first sign of no, we give up.
Right.
So along your journey, like what obstacles do you find yourself running into in your, you know what I'm saying, aspect of what you do?
So it's a real thing for me in content creating. It's a real thing that this is an industry that wasn't built for us. It wasn't built for us. It was built for us to be seen, but not. We're supposed to be on camera, not behind it. We're supposed to be seen, but we're not supposed to own nothing.
Right.
We're supposed to just accept what we're given. That's the industry in a nutshell, and it's still generally like that today. The greatest thing about me is I personally feel like I'm built different. So when some, like, I mean, we went to, if y'all don't know, we went to school together. So I got picked on in school a lot. So I got so used to the being that guy that now in the industry, it's something that feeds me. So I'm so used to getting the no that I realize that I want something that I've built myself anyway. So all your no did was tell me, oh, you're not the one to give it to me. I believe in God in all aspects of my life, and I'm like, the one thing that I truly believe in is if God want me to have it, like one thing I'm never waiting on God, ever. Like what? Like I always put that in perspective of like my daughter. Man, Eva ain't gotta wait on shit. If Eva want to eat, I'ma feed her. If Eva want this car and I can afford it, I'm gonna get it for her. If she wanna go to this place or that place. So I truly believe God loves me way more. Why would he make me wait on something that he put in me anyway? Like, man, didn't nobody tell you to come up with this, bro? This was a seed. You probably woke up one day and was like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So because that seed was planted, I don't believe God give us stuff and then be like, oh, I'm a toy with it in front of your face. The problem is our human side think that we need something else to get what he gave us.
Right.
For me, I've switched it up to where it's like, hey, I don't need anything because if I don't have it, I obviously don't need it because if I needed it, he would give it to me. If it's not something I can attain, he's gonna give to me. Which means that what? So I'll give you a perfect example. When I wanted to make Blink, the first thing I said was, man, I need money. Yeah, you do. But do you know how much? What plan did you put in place? Because in my mind, it was like, I need a meal to make a movie.
Right.
Then I started writing stuff down. I was like, oh, nigga, you don't need a million. And the amount that you need, you got it already. Cool. Well, they told me I needed to go to school. Well, what did you need to go to school for? You need to go to school for this. Well, I know that shit. I don't need to go to school for that.
Right.
I'm going to get a camera.
Right.
And I'm pointing it this way. And then if I want this shot to be however I envisioned it, it naturally, came to me. So basically, to your point, it's basically like when it comes down to the industry, I'm not that person that's looking for opportunity. I'm that person that looks at what I have and I build opportunity off of what I have.
Right.
Like, perfect, like, man, if I can't make a feature film, I'm gonna make a short one. If I can't make a short film, I'm gonna make a commercial. If I can't make a commercial, I'm gonna make a 30-second, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to, at whatever point I'm at today, I'm gonna start today. Like, I'm gonna start. Yeah, everybody ain't, people see Tyler Perry and they forget this man was homeless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
he came down from real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm okay with starting from scratch. And actually now I've developed a mechanism to where now things are getting so big. Really, God, like, all right, bro, you can hire people for this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was on the set. We just finished another film in December. And it was a way bigger budget. So it was a team. I'm doing stuff and they like, hey,
Right.
You don't need to be sweeping.
Right. We got somebody.
We paying 5 people
Right.
to do that for you, man. But I'm so used to just
yourself.
doing it yourself. And like even when I was telling y'all, I know you was telling me that y'all trying to get a spot. I was like, man, fuck getting a spot. Wait till this spot becomes you can't do it here no more. Keep doing it yourself until it's like, okay, we can't do it here no more, and then allow it. Stay, and this is for all my people out there, man, stay at your job. Look at your job differently. Your job is what pays for you to do your dream. That's why you go to work. You're not going to work to deal with Sally and the boss and all of that. You going to work because your job pays for the dream. And as long as your job is paying for the dream, hey, keep going until the dream is able to take over your job to where it's like, oh, I don't need this anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, just have faith in the jump. That's really, that's as much advice I can give anybody. Have faith in the jump.
So how would you suggest, like an actor who wants to start out, how would you suggest they go about that path if they're not as hands-on as you, but they want experience? How would they go about it?
So I tell all my actor friends, become an EP. Look up what an EP is. An EP is an executive producer. Perfect example. You got $100. You got an iPhone. Shoot your first movie. With that 100 and that iPhone, you literally go set up your camera, look up camera shots on YouTube, and just make your own little short film. You just became an actor. Put that in. You at that point, you just became an actor, because what you don't want to do. And I tell all my actor friends this: don't wait on me to give you a job, man. Like, go make your own job. Make me look at your YouTube and say, damn, this nigga making another movie on his phone every day. Let me get God, you know what I'm saying? Because I see he hungry for it. 90% of the people, 90% of my posts, regardless of what level I'm on, I still post it on Facebook. I don't really need no resume. You dope, man, come and audition.
Yeah.
It ain't really I don't have those type of boundaries where we got to go through this company and all of that. I want to fire people, and I want to create. You don't know nobody in Blink fire, because I didn't try to do hype. I wanted to do a dope film, so I casted to do a dope film. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing that. That's how you become an actor. Now you writing a different topic every day, and then also to become an actor, you don't have to be a writer. What's your favorite movie?
Say Get Out.
Get Out. Go reenact Get Out on your iPhone, but you doing it. You just became an actor. Now it's gonna get dope. Now it's gonna get hype, because they're gonna be like the reenactment of Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
Then you find your next one, reenact that scene, etc.
You got that? Man, that's good. That's a good one, because my son I didn't know it. My son just recently, man, I had posted on Facebook, trying to get into acting and modeling. And some dude that they say from Snowfall, he trying to make his mentorship.
Did you just see my post?
And they say, like, everybody like, man, your son look just like that dude. I was like, man, I don't know who the dude was. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, Dad, this is my mentor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who's this dude? So I put it up, and I'm like, y'all do kind of look alike. I'm like, what's going on? You dipping in my cookie jar or something? But then I found out the dude was young too. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So that's good. I'm gonna tell him that. Get him $100 and get an iPhone and go.
And he might not need 100. Like you know what I'm saying? They got free apps to where he can shoot it on his phone. They got, especially get the latest iPhone. They got apps on there to where you can video and edit yourself. And it's not about the shit being perfect. It's about you doing it and staying consistent with what you're doing.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So tell them to go for it. Don't wait on nobody to give him no opportunity to do nothing. Create the opportunity yourself.
Yeah.
So speaking of Snowfall, I just found out about Snowfall yesterday, and I've watched the whole first season from yesterday.
I see
Hey,
you
bro,
post. I haven't watched it yet.
Hey,
So
man, I'm telling you, don't watch it if you got some shit to do. Hey man.
I mean, I binge watch anyway, so.
Hey man, I posted a post and I was like, all my partners ain't shit. Cause didn't nobody tell me how good Snowfall was. I stayed up to like 4:30 in the morning.
I haven't watched it yet. So
Hey, man.
I haven't watched no.
I'm about to say y'all ain't shit.
I mean, I heard about the show. I heard
It's-
people talking about it. I just hadn't gotten into it
Yeah,
yet.
man. When I seen the dude, I was like, dude, kind of look like my son, man.
I already know what you're
what
talking about too. I already
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
He
His
trying to
name
look like
is
him.
Saint. Yeah, I'm gonna say he look just like him.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, man.
I heard about it. I'm getting
I
into it.
know, man. So did we go over the how did you get started?
I had a question for that.
Go ahead.
I had a question for that. Because coming from where you coming from, which is, I'll let you say.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Where are you from in the world?
Oh, Fifth Ward.
Coming from Fifth Ward, a lot of people don't have that type of vision as far as to think outside of the box other than football, rap, basketball, or, pharmaceuticals. What made you go that direction?
So I can't take the credit for it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think we all, are blessed with something, and I believe God gonna get you to where He wants you to go eventually. Well, we went to school together, so they ain't teach us about this shit in school, man.
Right,
Wasn't nobody
exactly.
talking about no screenwriting and no filmmaking. It was either football, basketball, doctor, police, army. Boom. So for me, when I had a big imagination. So when I was a kid, I was never the outside kid. I wasn't like really, active or whatever. My mom used to have to really get in my shit for me to go outside. I was watching cartoons and shit like that and always writing some type of story or something of that nature to where, when I got in middle school, it was the same thing kind of, and I tried to get into sports a little bit. It was hard. Bro, you remember how much? It's like, man, hey,
What
man.
school you went to?
Well, I went to 9 schools. So I went to like 9 schools. Yeah,
I thought I was bad.
Nah, I went to 9 schools, bro. I went to 9 schools. But sports wasn't my thing. And so when I graduated, I got in high school and I was at Barbara Jordan High School. And I wrote this, man, it was on the whim. The English teacher was like, hey, y'all can either do this assignment or y'all can write this little story for this URL, not a URL, it was something like some type of competition. So I wrote the story for the competition and ended up winning like national. First time I ever, did something competitive and ended up, winning national. So then that got me into writing and I was like, man, I really like just writing stories, general. So on the bus, one day I wrote my first story. Then I met this cat that was like, hey man, he found my notebook and was like, hey, I read your notebook. You ought to think about turning it into a script. Literally, I didn't know what this nigga was talking about. I went to HCC, flunked everything. Like, I flunked so much in ACC, I flunked the high school courses that I took at HCC. But the thing that I did not flunk was creative writing. Went to the counselor there. She was like, what you like to do? I was like, I like to write. She was like, have you ever thought about screenwriting? I was like, hell no, what's that? She was like, when you write for film. She gave me a program, went in, learned the program, wrote my first script, still threw it away, and didn't know what to do with it after you get that, what you supposed to do. Yeah. Like now I got some paper and a story on it, and it's in the structure, what you do with that. Nobody taught you how to do that. I got into music for a long time. And then in 2012, so I did music for a long time. And in 2012, music never made no money or whatever. My daughter was born in 2012. And I remember being in the hospital and I had $8. She here. She went here. I got $8 in my bank. And I remember I was praying and I was like, God, I can live off news. Like that's cool for me. She can't. Like we gotta figure something out. Right. Prayed. And she had to be in the hospital for like 3 days. Prayed. And then right before I was leaving, this chick named Latoya Easter called me and she was like, hey, I heard you write script. Nigga, who told you? I ain't never told nobody I write script. But she was like, I got a book, I want to turn it into a script. I'm like, all right. She was like, how much you charge? I'm like, just do a number out there, $3,500. She was like, cool, come get the check.
Oh wow.
Man, we left the hospital, took my daughter home, went got my first check, and honestly, from that point, I was like, okay, God, this is the answer. once I committed to it, everything else, and I mean, when I say everything else just started falling in line, and it was like he just returned me back to what I was supposed to be doing the whole time, and just didn't know, you know what I'm saying, how I got there. So like I say, I think it was always ordained for me to do that. And I tell people all the time, like, if you really want to find your passion, find the shit you did when you was a kid.
Yeah.
Or when nigga I used to color, try to create coloring books.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You,
Like,
you lose that junk
Yeah,
after a
you
while,
lose.
because you get to that grown folk
Man,
stuff.
them bills,
Right.
life,
Right.
man, it puts so much on you that it makes you lose what you really are. You forget. Like, man, and I mean, it's to the simple effect. People be like, man, I used to like just running around in the yard and playing in the yard and in dirt. Man, you could do a landscaping company, bro. You really like playing in dirt?
Yeah.
Do a landscaping company. You like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom loved cleaning up when we was little. Now she has her own cleaning service. She loved it. I be like, Mama, I hate when my mama clean my house, bro. My mama clean my house so good it make me not want to touch
Bro,
nothing.
I'm going through that right now, bro. I got my
man.
mom at the house because, you know, her grandmother died, so, you know, I had to get her out of that setting.
Yeah.
And every time I walk in the house, man, it's just Fabuloso and Pine Sol and bleach
Man,
everywhere.
hey.
And I'm like, God damn, now she
use
want to
the
put
other
a
stuff
plant
in
in the house. I'm like, I don't want no jungle in my house now.
She don't use the other stuff no more.
Man, she got everything. She talking about you need to go buy some scrub bristle pads and now Ajax and stuff. I'm like,
Ammonia.
oh yeah, that too.
She still use that ammonia?
Man, it's my house is
Used to get me high back in the days. Going in,
man. But I feel you on
Going in the
that,
house.
bro. I feel you on that.
So that's basically, you know what I'm saying, how I got here, and it's just been a blessing, you know what I'm saying, at this point. You know what I'm saying, I really can't call it. It's a new journey for me every day.
Major moves.
Yeah, next year. The end.
Yeah, I think he don't want to spoil
Yeah,
it. So,
I don't know if you really want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Nah, because you got people eyes on it. So
Yeah,
Okay.
we need y'all to
Hey,
go watch.
Go check
Let
out
them
Blink,
explore it.
Blink on Amazon. You can look me up on Amazon and find it, because it got another Blink on Amazon. It's like red, but mine it's like a grayish tone. So look me up, Courtney Glaude on Amazon. Blink, it'll come up for you. 2018.
But before we get ready, is there something else you wanted to ask?
No. I was gonna throw one of our topics up in there to see what he had to blow mine, but go
I'm with
ahead.
it, man. I sent you.
Go ahead. Okay, now
Go ahead.
see, we gonna have to get you on the next episode, man. Cause
Okay.
we gotta redo this episode because we ain't get to put the film out there, and everybody been asking us about it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Oh, you know what I'm about to ask, man. You know what I'm about to
Y'all
ask.
know what?
You know what I'm about. We ain't did the episode yet. I
What?
mean, everybody been asking, but we couldn't put it out.
What's that?
The gooch.
Oh, Lord.
The Gooch episode.
Yeah, that's all.
Wait, the Gooch episode, bro.
So I'm asking you, are you married?
Yes.
All right then. This got two married men here.
Okay.
Duh, two married men. So I ain't know what the gooch was until they told me, bro.
I don't know what the Gucci is either.
Oh,
So I
see with
I
me.
thought you was the only one.
So tune in the next time we can talk about what the hell is that.
Okay.
So
Next
all right.
episode we gonna get on.
Hey.
On the good. But before we get out of here though, I did have one last question for
Okay.
you. My question is, for one, what do you have? What are you working on next? What you have coming up? And outside of being a filmmaker and content creating everything that you do, what is another passion of yours that you would want to either venture into or something that what you're doing now can carry you into?
Well, like I have a lot. I'm shooting a few pilots within the next month. I'm actually coming out. I had a show. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's this series that I had called the Amygdala series. We're reshooting that series, and it's gonna be coming out on Amazon, possibly the beginning of the year. And Remy Ma will be the host of it.
Remy?
Yeah, so it's gonna be cool. I really want to get into, one of my passions is to teach like young boys that came up where we came up from, about getting into their passion and trying to teach them how to turn their passion into a profit. Like, what you're passionate about can become a business.
Right.
Like, I'm super passionate about, and I mean to the point to where it's like, if you tell me you like selling dope, I'm gonna be like, nigga, go to school to be a pharmacist.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dope, like, you know, no disrespect to the pharmacist, but that's a dope dealer in a certain
Right.
aspect. If you
Right.
really
It's
think
legal.
about
I
it,
mean,
it's legal.
a
You know what
pharmacist
I mean?
and a dope dealer are the same people. It's just one is legal and one is
You know what
not.
I'm saying? One is healthier, one
Right.
Nah,
drugs ain't-
nah. See, that's why I
that's
said they're
another
the same
topic.
people.
It's another topic, but yeah, I really like teaching kids and underprivileged young men that what they're passionate about, regardless of what that is something that they're supposed to be doing in life. Because a lot of times when life hits us, that's how a lot of us end up miserable and end up, you know, like suicides and like all of that, because
Right.
life becomes miserable when you're not on what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So it don't matter how much money you make, it don't matter like it don't matter what's going on if you're not on your path,
Yeah.
which a lot of us don't end up getting there because life hits us so hard. And when life hits us, it hits us harder than it hits others.
Mm-hmm.
Just teaching them how to get there, and also trying to teach them how to start at an early age to where they're not starting from scratch when they do hit that 18 and that adult, you know what I'm saying, age. So really just teaching them like how to get really into their passion and how to turn that into a business in general. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I really, really want to get into, because I wish I knew when I was 18 what I found out
Right.
5 years ago. You know what I mean? It would have turned the journey into something totally different. So
Dig that. Well, bro, we definitely appreciate you coming on, man, and we definitely gonna have to have you back on. But we might have to have you back on when we do a more of a reckless episode next time.
oh man, yeah, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
We do
with
more of a
it. Make
reckless
sure it's
episode.
super
We gonna get-
reckless, because I
Oh, we
I-
get
I
that.
was
yeah,
on
we
that,
get-
man.
Oh yeah, we gonna
We get
definitely
stuff.
get there. We definitely
Yeah.
gonna get there.
Is it alright if I throw your trailer at the end of the video?
Oh, yeah, that's
or
cool.
at the beginning?
Yeah.
Probably-
Yeah, that's cool. We working on something, trying to get Blink on another. I had a call before we came in about getting it on BET, so hopefully it lands there.
Okay.
That's the goal. So we gonna see. But yeah, make sure y'all keep following me up, man.
For sure, man. We gonna
Y'all
be
make sure y'all-
make sure y'all go check out Blink, man. It's on Prime, right?
Prime
It's
Video.
on-
Prime Video, right?
It's
Yeah.
on Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
It's on
Amazon
Amazon
Prime.
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, man. Go check that out. Go check it out.
Let me hold on, man. Let me make sure none of my people was asking questions and shit. You know,
Oh, on the,
we didn't look
'cause I
today.
posted
Yeah,
it.
I didn't really see it on there.
Let me see.
But y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, go to our page, go to his YouTube, go to our YouTube. Y'all already know I was Reckless Gentleman _. Go
Right,
and like and subscribe. And you want to get them your
shoot
YouTube
out-
and your
yeah,
information.
YouTube, yeah, IG,
Yeah, everything is me. Courtney Glaude, COURTNEY, GLAUDE. If you look that up, my IG, my YouTube, Facebook, all of it.
Page.
Yeah, everything is my name. Brand yourself, man. Brand you a brand.
He's also in the description below. So on YouTube, look in the description, you'll find his work. Feel me? But
And until then, we will holler at y'all.
Till next time, we out. Yes, sir.